Okay, our first question is from Aaliyah, very pretty name.
Probably Aaliyah.
And she asks, how does Chase feel about me?
So if I feel like you're ahead of the game a little bit, honey, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to work out. So I hear that just be patient, be open and receptive, and there are feelings is what I hear. They are growing, but they're not quite where you are. Okay?
All right. Next question. Jessica asks, when will I have my next baby and what will the gender be?
So I hear it's going to be 2 years. So 2023. Yeah, 2023. And it's going to be a boy. I hope that's what you want.
This person says, hi, I'm Brooke. Do you have any messages for me from any past loved ones?
So Brooke, honey, you have a lot of energy around you. And what I'm hearing is that it's not just your past loved ones, but there's also a lot of spiritual support. When I see that, it means that you're meant to do some really big things, honey. So more than anything, I think what you need to do is spend the next year really finding yourself spiritually speaking, okay? So start meditating if you're not already doing it, keeping a journal, and really going inside, honey, because you have some big things to do. So you're very spiritually protected and you have a lot of guidance on the other side is what I hear. All right.
All right. Yari asks, when will Sean and I communicate and move into a relationship?
So it's been slow, hey? I hear about 3 months for you, okay, honey? Don't wait for the other person, okay? So be brave enough to kind of speak your mind and speak your feelings and get it moving. Yeah. You won't regret it, okay? Oh, thank you, honey.
All right. 1 second here. Wow, we've got a lot of new people.
Oh, welcome, guys. Should I go over my rules and stuff? Okay. So my name is Rebecca Dragonheart. Most of you guys know me. Some of you may not. I am a psychic medium. I've been doing my work now since 1993. Here on my lives, how it works is you ask your question, give us a few minutes. If I haven't responded, feel free to ask again, okay? And then also, what's the other part? So yeah. If your name is obscure, can you please put your initials or your name in there? In with your question, basically. I should also mention that I do also teach. I have a class coming up on the 20th of November where I only have a couple of spots left, so it is first come, first serve, but it is a class on how to open up and really connect with your own spiritual gifts and what you can do to practice exercising that muscle. So if you are interested, just email me at rebeccadragonheart44@gmail.com, okay? And
go over the don't spamming and stuff like that?
I just did that, didn't I? Yeah.
Can you go over it one more time?
Okay, no spamming. So just ask a question. Give us a few minutes. If we haven't responded, then feel free to ask again. But there's always a lot of people on my lives, so it goes a little smoother if you guys just ask. Wait a few minutes. If I haven't responded, then feel free to ask again, but don't do it every second, okay?
All right. Now go.
Now go.
All right. Jill asks, will I meet and marry a new partner?
Yeah, so Jill, I hear that you have some things to get out of your energy field. So that means that you just have some past relationships that are still anchored a little bit. What I'm hearing is it's kind of on the right side of you in the back. So if you have any pain there, you're going to just know that, identify that that's the anchor of a past relationship. What you do, it's super easy. You just close your eyes, get into a meditative state, and you visualize unhooking that person. And I typically will hook them up into source or the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, but the energy field that is above us, and that way they have something to be getting energy from and not from you. Once that happens, I hear that you will be in a very strong relationship, and I do hear that it's going to be one that you're going to be long lasting for sure. Okay.
All right, next question.
You bet.
Kayla asks, will I get pregnant soon?
Yeah, so I do hear it's going to be early spring for you, honey, okay? So that's only a few months away. Yes.
1 second here.
I know they go really fast when there's lots on, eh? Oh, did you remember to put your timer on?
Yes, I did. All right. 1 second here.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Elizabeth Mills asks, what is my purpose in life?
Oh, honey. Okay. So you have a lot of things that you should be doing or could be doing. I'm going to say it like that because there's never a should. but it's really living and doing things from your heart, honey. So if you're doing mundane things that aren't really passionate in you, you have to stop doing that, okay? I heard this year is a year of self-discovery for you as well. So you're doing a lot of overhaul in your life, which means that you are cutting ties from people that are no longer serving you, and you are moving into a different light. What I'm hearing is that you're a light worker, which means that you should be doing something that's helping advance humanity. I do hear you should be writing, so if you don't do that already, you should be doing it now, and I do see you actually writing books, okay?
Yeah. All right, next question.
You bet.
This person says, will I get pregnant soon? My name is Teslin. It's a very pretty name.
Oh, that is very cool. I like that. So what I see, honey, is about 6 months for you, okay? So just be patient. Sometimes the soul isn't ready to come in, okay? Not quite as soon as we're ready for them. So just be patient.
All right, next question.
Yeah.
Yasmin asks, what will my next relationship be like?
So you're done with the repeats. Yay. The next relationship is definitely more of a soul-to-soul kind of a relationship, okay? So that connection is there. This is somebody that you can be fully honest with, and this is somebody who you can actually show your true colors to, honey. So just know that the person coming into your life is the right one this time, okay? So it's no more of this repeat that you've been going through. I know it's been kind of tough. Yeah. Yay.
All right. Silver asks, is there, if any, messages from past loved ones for me and my father?
So I do feel that there is a presence that watches over both of you. Mostly it's you that they're concerned with. So it feels like I'm supervising and making sure that you're okay and that you're having a good life. So the sense that I get is this is a person who is, it's a female energy, and it's a person who is very close to you. It's more about making sure that your life works out because I'm not there with you kind of thing, okay? I do hear that they leave feathers, coins, and I do see that they play with numbers for you, okay? So if you're thinking about this person and you see like triple numbers or you see 1111, that kind of thing, it is validation that they're there with you, okay? So when you see that, I want you to just think about what were you just thinking about that person, okay? They typically are standing in the room with you is what I hear. So when you're in your bedroom, they're in there watching over you a lot and they follow you around. And it's not creepy at all. But it's really this message of like, I'm watching over you and making sure that your life works out the way that it should have or should. Yeah.
All right.
Very strong presence too. Yeah.
Okay, next question.
You bet.
Beatrix asks, will my gifts ever come back fully?
Yes, honey, your gifts are already back fully. It's you that are limiting yourself is what I'm hearing, okay? So you have this belief that somehow you lost your abilities, but what you did is you kind of tucked them away. So if you look at your life and you look at what you've actually been experiencing, you can see that your gifts have always been there. What it is that you haven't had the freedom to express yourself and you haven't been able to actually be fully activated with the people around you, right? So finding the right people is going to really help you to allow that to come out more. I don't feel that they're not there. I don't feel that you don't have access. It's just you, okay? And it's having a safe place to experience it. So it's really important that you get connected with people that are like-minded that way. So classes, courses, whatever, find somebody who is like that you can express those things with, okay, honey? Because it's really just your environment that's not allowing you to do it, okay?
All right.
Yep.
Carmen asks, will I ever have a baby with my husband? And then 2 rainbows.
Yes, you will. So here's the thing, honey. The experiences that you've had already with pregnancy, those were, it was like the wrong timing is what I'm hearing, okay? So I do hear that you will actually have 2 kids. So thank God for that, right? It does feel like you may need to have some intervention and some support medically, but I do hear that you are going to have some kids, okay? So just know that. The situation has been the way that it has been just because of not the right timing is what I'm hearing, okay?
All right. Jonelle asks, have I already met the person I'm going to marry?
I heard yes right away, so you bet. Good vibrational match, honey. And you know what? You deserve it, is what I hear. Like, it's been somebody you've been pulling for this. So trust what you have asked for and trust that the universe has provided because you've really been asking hard.
All right. Anna Maria asks, am I going to become a flight attendant?
Yeah, honey. Yay. That's awesome. It's going to be really fun. It's an exciting experience and a very great career for you. It's what you need because you need to have a different environment very regularly. Otherwise, you get bored. So it's a good career choice for you, honey. Yep.
All right. Christina asks, hey, did I conceive this month, please?
Yes. Yep, you did. So, woohoo! Yes. Jump for joy now.
All right. Nilisha asks, am I going to get the teaching job?
So I feel like where you're, thank you, honey. Where you're trying to get the teaching job is not going to be where you end up, actually, is what I hear. But that is not a bad thing because where you're going to end up is more in alignment with who you are and the people are more in alignment with you. Okay. So I will go over, I do private readings as well. I don't know if I mentioned that already. If you do want to book a reading with me, it is first come, first serve. You book directly at my website, RebeccaDragonheart.com. Super easy to do. Also, I am providing a class November the 20th. So if you are interested, there's only a couple of spots opened, but it is a class on opening up your psychic abilities and how to exercise that muscle just in your everyday life so that you can actually use your gifts regularly, okay?
All right, this question ties into that.
Okay.
Tiffany asks, what are some ways I can make my psychic abilities more powerful?
Yes. So I am a firm believer that we all have some psychic ability because I remember from when I was younger, I was psychic and I always had feelings about people, but until I started developing it, and I did train with a shaman and I did train with somebody who helped me understand the signs that I was seeing. Until then, it was just kind of all over the place. And I'd get these messages and not realize that these were messages. So there are simple exercises. I go over it in my class, but some things are, just even getting those ESP cards that you can get on Amazon. They're amazing. The ones with the triangle and the squiggly marks and the square and the circle. These are things that help you to really tap in. There's so many simple things that you can do. Writing down everything that you're experiencing or hearing or feeling is the best way for you to be able to identify what are your gifts and what is the information and how does it come into you specifically. A lot of times we get the information, we don't realize that it's intuitive or that it's psychic information. Sometimes you'll see a number after you've been thinking about something really deeply and it's a validation from your guides. Sometimes you hear your guides coming in and you don't even realize it's them. It's like a pressure that comes in and then you'll hear like a thought. These are the things you want to record in a book. So I usually keep like a journal on my intuition that's coming in, and then I also do keep a dream journal as well because dreams are very important as well. All right. Yep.
Fleur asks, do my spirit guides have something to say?
Yes, honey. Stop taking life so seriously. That's the first thing I hear. Do not be so serious about things. Really let take your socks off and enjoy the experience, honey, okay? You are a very intuitive person. You're very empathic, and you're very, an empath is somebody who's very emotionally sensitive, and you're sensitive to other people a lot. So a lot of what's going on with you is not always your own energy. It's sometimes other people's energy and what they're going through, and you just take it in so seriously. So relax and communicate with them more often.
All right.
Yep.
Marcy asks, am I going to get fired?
Oh, no. So Marcy, take a deep breath, okay? Yes, some change is coming, okay? That being said, don't worry about it because sometimes we are in a place where we're not ready to let go, but the universe says, no, you have better things coming, okay? And I really hear that it's going to be a blessing in disguise what's coming for you, okay? So just take a nice deep breath, honey, and just be prepared, okay?
All right. Elma asks, any messages from my husband? We miss him so much.
Oh, honey, yeah, he holds you a lot. Oh, I just got shivers when I said it. Yeah, he puts his arms around you and he stands behind you and he holds you like this. So he actually hugs you quite a lot. He plays with the lights, he says, and he makes noise in the kitchen. So when you're alone and you're hearing things, just know that's him, okay? He's around all the time. He sits by you, he sits on the bed, he's always around you, honey, and he really is watching over you, okay? He says he does see that sadness that is in you now, and he really wishes that you weren't so sad because he's always with you anyway. Okay?
All right, next question.
You bet.
Dee Dee asks, will we need IVF or will we have a baby?
Yeah, unfortunately, honey, you are going to need some help. It's okay, though. It's going to be successful. So that's a good thing. So just look into it, see what the doctors say. But yeah, you're definitely going to need a little assistance there. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
All right. Rosa asks, when will I meet the person I'll have kids with and marry?
So I hear this summer. Yay. That was really quick. It feels like it's probably early summer for you. Okay, honey? And this is definitely the person that you've been calling for. So just be really clear and have a full vision of what it is you're looking for in your partner. Okay, honey? And the easiest way to manifest that is just write down all of the things, all of the traits, all of the personality and, you know, the way they look, how they feel, everything. Write it all down. I've done that, and I mean, I have my perfect soulmate in my life, and it's amazing. It's a great tool, and I hear it's coming for you. So there you go.
All right. Veronica asks, will my son pass his DMV test next time he does it?
No, it's gonna be the one after, honey.
All right.
But that's okay. It'll be done.
All right. Mandy asks, will my husband and I move, and when?
Yeah, so I hear it's going to be August for you guys, okay? So that's the timing, the timeline for the place that you're going to find that's perfect for you, okay? So don't try to rush out to do it before then.
Okay. Amanda asks, I lost my mom a year and a half ago. I miss her terribly. Is she with me?
Yep. So it's funny, she shows herself dancing in the space, and there's a lot of light around her and in the space where she comes to visit you. So I'm going to tell you, I hear music. So music was either very important to her, or she just really was a musical individual, okay? And she just dances a lot. She shows herself as very young. So, I mean, if she was older, she does not feel that way now, okay? So she's very young and very vibrant and very much around you all the time, okay? So don't worry about that.
Right. Yeah. Nilsa asks, I purchased a home and found pink and white quartz. Was it my guides that placed them?
Actually, I think it was the person before, but I love that they left pink because that's rose quartz, right? And white quartz is a very high vibrational crystal. Now, what I do here is your guides led you to it. So it was the homeowner before, but it was your guides that actually showed them to you, okay? So it was definitely communication with them. Yeah.
All right. Bianca asks, is Felix the man I'm going to marry and have kids with?
Yeah. So I do hear that you and Felix are a really good vibrational match, honey, but there is a few hiccups. So you are going to have to work through some relationship stuff, but it's totally worth it is what I hear. Okay. So yes, definitely somebody who's going to be your life partner. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Rachel asks, will I pass my real estate test on December 1st?
Yeah, you're going to do really well, honey. You're actually going to be very successful in real estate as well. So be, ready for that. It's going to be life-changing for you is what I'm hearing. Yay. I always like it when that happens.
All right. Paula asks, when will I find love again? Been divorced for 3 years.
So it's still about another year and a half before you find your perfect partner, honey. It's just because, you know what? You have to be ready for it and you're not there yet. Okay, so there's some stuff you got to work through and you have to get to the point where you're ready to really include somebody in your life that way. I know you feel like you're ready, but there are parts of you that are really afraid still. Okay, and those are the parts that you want to work on. And it's fair. You're allowed to feel afraid. A relationship that hasn't worked out can make it very scary to do it again. Right?
All right. Brittany asks, how can I feel less fatigued all of the time?
It's really hard because, honey, you're an empath, so you get drained by people. So what you're going to have to do is every single day, you have to have a bath in the morning and a bath at night. I know that sounds crazy, but that's just the life of an empath. You need to clear the energy. When you go to sleep at night, people send energy. They don't do it intentionally. It's just what we do. And so if somebody's thinking about you, that energy is coming to you all night long, and I do see that you don't necessarily have great sleep. So that's hard. And then you go about your day and you get contaminated with the energy of the people around you, okay? And I really do call it a contamination because what ends up happening is we do get exhausted from it. And most empaths will just soak in the tub forever and ever and ever. I'm like that every day. I cannot not go without having a bath or a shower every day. So when you're in that bath, I want you to visualize clearing away the energy of people around you, okay? So no longer accepting it as your responsibility. It's our job as an empath to help people transition that energy into something positive, transmuting it into something that's going to be beneficial for them. It is not our job to take on that energy. And unfortunately, we aren't trained for that, right? And so we have to learn that the hard way. And the hard way is feeling tired. So work on that. And then crystals. Crystals help a lot. Thanks, Veronica. She always puts those silly glasses on me.
All right. 1 second. BB asks, when do you see a pregnancy for me?
Okay, so for you, honey, it's going to take a little bit of time, but it is happening next year for sure. Okay?
Okay.
That was easy, right?
Elizabeth asks, when can I quit my job and be successful pursuing other interests?
Okay, so first of all, Elizabeth, you have to get your other interests up and running really smoothly first, okay? Once you do that, feel free. I hear it's a green light, go, 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 okay? But you have to have your website, you have to have all of your ideas firm and concrete before you do this. What I'm hearing is it's probably going to take you about 7 months to really have a stable foundation first, okay? Then you can. Don't do it before then. You always want to have everything set up first.
All right. Valerie asks, do I have gifts? Empath? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Yeah, you are an empath, but you also have healing hands is what I'm seeing. Okay, so whenever I see that, so what I see with you is like literally light comes out of people's hands. That means that you're here to do healing work, honey. So you should be in either counseling, nursing, even massage therapy, Reiki, some kind of healing modality is going to really bring you your happiness, okay? Being an empath just means that you have to be very diligent about clearing yourself, okay? But you are very correct. You are an empath. All right.
Olivia asks, will my current partner be my last relationship?
No, I have to say no. I'm sorry. That's what I heard. I do hear it is long-standing, but you change a lot, and you change in a way that it's very hard sometimes for your partners to keep up with. And so you're gonna need a different type of person later on. Not right now, but later on in your life you will, because you're just going to be a different energy. And they just won't be able to match that vibration. You got to think about relationships as us, resonating with somebody at the same frequency. You're going to be a different frequency later on, so it's going to be difficult to resonate. All right.
All right. Courtney asks, is my baby going to be born early, due December 22nd?
December 22nd? Oh, I love that date. Unfortunately, no. I know, it's so close to Christmas Day. Yeah, it's not going to be an early baby. Sorry, honey. Maybe you could try doing things to help, but, those babies come out when they want to, even when you try.
All right. There are a few more people on that we want to go over. Again.
So I do provide private readings if you guys are looking to do so. I book up really fast after my lives. It is first come, first serve. You can get a reading with me at RebeccaDragonheart.com. That's my website. There are testimonials and a little bit more information about me and how I do my readings, that kind of stuff. Here on my lives, if you guys, if you want to ask your question, feel free to. Give us a few minutes. Do not spam us because, there's a lot of people that get on here. And if you have an obscure username, if you could put either your initials or your name in with your question, that helps us a whole lot, okay?
All right.
Oh, and my class. Yes. You're supposed to remind me. I have a class on November 20th, and I will be doing them monthly, but it is a first come, first serve. I only have a couple of spots left. It is a class on how to use your intuition and your psychic abilities and how to strengthen them, and then how to actually utilize them in your life every day. Okay? Okay.
Lindo asks, will I be successful in my career field?
Yes. So it's interesting because what I'm hearing is 2 years from now, you're going to actually be able to spread your wings a little bit and you're not going to be where you are. Okay. So a lot of financial abundance is heading your way about 2 years from now. That's what I'm hearing. Yay. I always like it when I hear that.
All right. Petrina asks, am I currently pregnant?
Not yet, honey, but it is coming, okay? Yeah.
All right. Lori asks, any message from my grandmother about my daughter? Thank you.
So just know, honey, that, your grandma is always there. And what I'm seeing is it's like I'm popping in and checking in all the time. You don't have to worry. So whatever it is that you've been stressing and worrying about, let it go is what I'm hearing from her. Don't stress and worry. There's so much love around you. So much love around both of you, okay? So please don't stress and worry. That's the main message I hear from her. She visits a lot. Okay. And I do hear you're going to catch it on film. That's interesting. There you go.
All right. Stace asks, baking going well. What should my next steps be?
So you have a lot of new adventures heading your way, okay? So whatever it is you're doing now, it's like a stepping stone is what I'm hearing. I don't know whether you're like planning on opening your own business or you've just opened your own business, but I see you actually doing your own thing, honey. It's very successful. So keep going in that direction and follow that path, okay? I see you like having a very big audience. So there's something, it has something to do either with social media or some kind of platform where you're big. Okay. So keep doing it. Definitely success there.
All right. Brittany asks, should I pursue real estate?
No, Brittany, that's not your calling. I know it seems like a quick, easy way for you to make money, but you're going to find you won't like it as much. You are a people person, but that the way that you have to do the real estate, it's not as enjoyable as you think it might be, okay? So you need something where you're definitely in a social environment, and it can't be like one-on-one with people. Like it's like group. So even HR would be better for you than real estate. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tiff asks, will my certain benefits be approved?
Yeah, for some reason there's a delay, but yeah, it will be approved. Okay, so don't worry too much about it. I know that it's been kind of a pain there, but it will be approved eventually, is what I'm hearing.
Okay.
Okay.
Bear asks, will my wife move to me or will I move to her?
I hear you are going there, so you're the one doing the moving.
This person says, hi, Catherine. Is my daughter will change work or is it the job she's supposed to do?
So I'm gathering from that, is she supposed to stay where she is or is she changing her job?
Yes.
So I hear that she's going to be where she is for a little while, but there is going to be a couple of opportunities that open up for her that are going to be more in alignment with who she is. So she will be changing jobs, but not for a while.
Right. Jack asks, will I pass my anatomy class with an 80%?
I hear 87, so when you get that 87, please let me know, okay? Always like it when I get that confirmation. Thank you, guys. You're so sweet.
Heather asks, will my family move to Texas soon?
I do hear you are going to, but it's going to be later in the summer, okay? It's better timing for you guys. Everything has to be tied up with a nice, neat little bow, right?
All right. Tiffany asks, can you please tell me where I misplaced my vacation money?
Oh no. Yeah, I do see it still in your space, so it's not gone. Okay, it's definitely in your room is where I'm hearing. Okay, so check your bedroom. Yeah. I see it. I can see it there, so it's still there. You haven't lost it. Rip everything apart, right? Yeah, it's definitely in your bedroom, honey.
All right, next question. Ashley asks, when will I have my rainbow baby?
Okay, so it's going to be next year for sure, honey. Okay? Yay.
Okay. Tina asks, will I pass my GED?
Oh yeah, honey. You will. Don't worry about that.
All right. Isabella asks, should I pursue social media, acting, and music?
Yes. So it's interesting because you have to do it like one step at a time though, okay? So not all of it all at once because that's too much. What I'm hearing is get into the social media and then start moving towards the music and then the acting is what I'm hearing, okay? But it's definitely going to be success for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Kimmy Joy 317 asks, did I really feel my dad's presence coming to get my mom before she passed away?
Wow. Yeah, I would say so. I just got like shivers up my whole body. 100%, honey. And they both come and visit you quite often. I feel I mean, I actually feel them touching you, which means if you haven't noticed, but hopefully you have, it almost sometimes feels like this, like it's just gentle like that, or it'll feel like you have a spider web on your face is what I am seeing. Okay, so they touch you a lot to let you know they're there. Yeah, beautiful. Oh my gosh. Always gives me the shivers.
Could you just remind people not to stand?
Yeah, so guys, please ask your question and then give us a few minutes. If I haven't responded, then feel free to ask again, but please don't ask and ask and ask and ask and ask. The way it works here is if it's meant to be today, you will get your question answered today. If it's not meant to be today, it'll be the next time, okay? I promise. Oh, thank you guys.
All right. Leia asks, will I be fine when I move this year independently? Thanks.
Oh my gosh, honey. Absolutely. I do think you're going to need a roommate. So if you haven't already planned for that, you are going to need some support that way. But it's time. It's time for you to be independent is what I'm hearing. And you're going to be just fine, honey. Okay? So don't stress as much as you have been. Oh, thank you, guys.
All right. Kathy asks, is my mother around me and sorry for what she did?
Oh, yeah. So here's the funny thing is, sometimes what ends up happening is, well, with your mom's, in your mom's case, she was so clouded with like they keep showing me here. So it's like, I'm just so ego-based. I don't want to admit things is the feeling, right? But once you cross over, this is gone. And what I'm hearing is it's almost like she's visited you quite often in your dreams, trying to get that forgiveness from you. 100% feels apologetic energetically. Okay, so she is definitely sorry for the way that she handles life and how she has been with you personally. Okay, so don't hold on to that. You don't owe her forgiveness, but I really feel that she wants forgiveness. Okay, it's really a big part of the thing. So when you're dreaming about her, just know that it is her trying to get through to you. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. Mama Most 85 asks, Amy, is my dog Peanut around me?
Yeah. Oh, Peanut's a sweet dog too. Definitely. It's interesting because people always ask me, do our animals stay with us? And not all of them do, but the ones that are really near and dear to us definitely do. And what I feel with Peanut is the minute that Peanut was gone, Peanut was free, and the choice that Peanut made was, I'm coming home with you. So Peanut's always going to be with you. I hear walking and I hear like movement around you, so start paying attention if you really want to feel. It really is just about allowing yourself to do so. Okay.
All right.
Next question.
Yes. All right. November Baby 83 asks, will my boyfriend propose next year?
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit later in the year, though. That's all right. At least it's going to happen, right?
All right. Robin asks, will I get into veterinarian medical school or medicine school?
Yes, honey. You are so meant to work with animals, so you don't have to worry. Don't feel that pressure the way that you have been, because it's what you're meant to do. It's what you're here for. So it's going to be an easy path for you, honey. Okay?
All right. Sandra asks, been single for 14 years. Will I ever be in a relationship?
So here's the thing. You like being single. And the thing is, you're going to have companionship, but you're not going to have the traditional relationship. So it's not going to be like what you see on TV or what you see around you. It's going to be a little bit different. But you're 100% going to have companionship. Okay, honey? It's all right. Some people are comfortable with that. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people who do really well in those types of relationships. Okay?
All right, next question.
You betcha.
Shannon Show asks, what do my spirit guides need me to know? That all rhymed.
So, number one, honey, you are really opening up. This is a year for you. This whole year, all of this year has been about you really starting to open up to who you are, psychically speaking, okay? So you've had a lot of struggles, is what I'm hearing. And what is happening is that it's like forcing you to listen, okay? And so speak more with them. That's the main thing. And start telling them how you want their communication to happen. So what I started with was, I would say to my spirit guides, show me a blue butterfly for yes, show me, a black cat or whatever for no. It can be whatever you want. It doesn't have to be those things. It can be whatever you pick. But after I did that, I started seeing signs that they were there more. And this is what you need to do, because you're getting a lot of information, but you're not necessarily actively communicating the way that you could be. And that's really going to be more beneficial for you. Okay, hun? Okay.
All right. Chris asks, will I pass my state exam the next time? Thank you.
Yeah, honey, take a deep breath before you go in and just really know this stuff. That's the thing, is you know it, and you get a bit of test anxiety. Thank you for the gift, guys. You get test anxiety. So what I would say is, I don't know if you like crystals, but I love crystals and they're very helpful. Get some fluorite before you go in and take it with you as you're doing your exam. Okay, will help you remember the answers. Okay. Thanks, guys.
All right. Samantha Little asks, will I conceive soon? If so, when, please?
So it is going to be next year, and what I'm hearing is September, okay? So that's okay. It's a little bit of ways, but I think it's going to be better timing for you, okay? That was a really cool one. Thank you. Oh, thanks, guys.
All right. Charlene asks, will me and Matthew get back together, please?
So you could get back together with Matthew, but I'm hearing that you shouldn't. You have a better vibrational match that's heading your way within the next 2 months. Okay, so somebody who is more in alignment with your goals, your aspirations, and your lifestyle is heading to you, honey. So going back to the past is not going to help you. Okay.
All right. Milc68 says, hi Rebecca, any messages from my angels? I feel a pull and don't know which way.
Yeah, honey, so here's the thing. You get a lot of information on what you're supposed to be doing. You need to trust when that information comes in. When you have pushback to a decision that you're making, trust that that's your guides are telling you, no, this is not a good idea. Go a different direction, okay? They are communicating with you, so you need to start really listening and trusting that, because you get it. You sometimes boycott it because you're like, that's not the answer I want. And then you go and do it anyways, and it ends up biting you in the butt. So I'm going to suggest you start listening, because it's really going to change your life, okay? You have a lot of awesome opportunities coming up over the next 12 months specifically. Please be open and receptive to things that aren't necessarily how you expected them to be. That's what I hear for you, okay?
All right.
Thank you, honey.
Trin asks, am I having a boy or girl this pregnancy? Thank you.
Okay, so I feel a girl energy. Yay. I hope you want a daughter.
All right.
I always get nervous telling people that, because sometimes they want a boy or the opposite. So I'm like, oh, do I want to tell you? I had 5 daughters and they're awesome.
All right. Kristen Marie 1213, another rhyming one, asks, will my finances improve soon, and when will we get the back pay we are owed at work?
Yeah. So I do hear that the back pay is going to happen early next year. You're definitely going to have more stability in 2022, but 2023 seems to be a better year for you guys, okay? So you're going to get the money. Don't worry about that. It is heading your way. Oh, that's a new one. Candy sucker. So it is coming, honey. Don't worry. Let go of the stress of it, okay? Oh, thank you guys.
All right. Lana Lee Ramirez asks, why do I keep seeing the same numbers everywhere?
So that is what I'm hearing for you. Your spirit guides are really validating for you, okay? So I need you to really pay attention to what are you thinking at the time when you see those numbers. What are you thinking, saying, feeling? Those are the most important things. This is a validation from your spirit guides that, yes, that's the right thought. That's the right thing to say. That's the right action, okay? So really pay attention. Keep track of it, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Next question.
Mm-hmm. You bet.
Mac asks, when will I receive my inheritance money, or MAC?
So there's a little bit of a delay, honey, but I do hear it's going to be next year for sure, okay? So don't stress too much.
All right. Bella asks, what is my calling? Am I on the right path for career/love?
Yeah, so here's the thing, Bella, with you, you're starting the right path, but it feels like you're adding tools to your tool belt. So whatever it is you're taking right now, I see you going to school, and I see you doing multiple things in school. So it's not just one activity. It's not like just one focus. It feels like you're doing several little things that are going to open the doors to other things for you, okay? So don't be so stressed about it. You are on the right path for sure. And when it comes to relationships for you, honey, I mean, you're pulling for the right things, but you have to allow yourself to have it. And you have to really believe that it's something you deserve, because there's a part of you that really has reservations about it, okay?
All right, next question.
You bet.
Nina asks, will my parents' financial struggles ever change?
They will. It sounds to me like about 5 years before they get some reprieve, really. Sorry, I know it's a long time still.
Okay.
But they'll be okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Leslie asks, any messages for my mom, Patricia?
So Patricia really is somebody who, you know, it's so funny. She watches over you in a way that is in the background. And what I mean by that, it's like she wants to intervene. She wants to kind of guide you a certain direction, but she's the type of person who's like, no, I gotta let you kind of have that experience on your own. What I can say is, if you want Patricia to help you, honey, you want your family on the other side to be a part of your life, you have to give them permission to do so. Tell her, hey, stop just watching, like, give me some guidance here. I am okay. I need you to help me with this. So give her that permission. Thank you so much. That was really cool. And then she can actually and will maybe intervene, but she feels like the type of person who's really, I'm just going to watch. And the only time she's going to intervene is she knows that it's like a really bad idea, basically. So she likes, she's willing to let you stumble, basically. I'm sorry. That's the way she perceives to me.
All right, next question.
Yeah.
Mila asks, when will I get into the entertainment company I want for music? If so, when?
Yeah, so it's going to take 2 years. I'm sorry. I know. It is going to happen, though, so don't give up on the dream of it, okay, honey? It's just that it's going to take a little bit of time, okay? Get a demo, get things together to get ready for it. You really have to be ready. It's a big step, and it's going to be quick when it does happen, okay?
Okay. Do you want to go over your
Sure. Yeah. So I do provide private readings. It is first come, first serve. You can book a reading with me at RebeccaDragonheart.com. That's the only place you can book. Also, I am doing a class. If you are interested in joining the class, it's a class on opening up to your own psychic abilities, how to exercise that muscle so that you can get stronger with your abilities to use it in your everyday life. It's been a really fun class, by the way. I've enjoyed it. I've done 2 already. I'm going to do it continually because I just love it so much. If you are interested in that, I only have a few spots, so just email me at RebeccaDragonheart44@gmail.com to let me know that you are interested, and I will send you the details of the price and the time and all of that, okay? That's it. I see we're almost done, hey? Wow. Time always flies with you guys.
All right. Amber Aisha asks, is my grandpa watching over me, and does he see me getting my license?
Yes. So it's interesting because it feels like he comes and goes. So there must be other people that he visits, but he's there anytime you talk about him. I feel that I can feel him coming into the room. You can actually feel his presence come into the room. The room gets bigger. I don't know how to explain it any other way. It's like you could just feel like this, like whoosh, kind of come into the room. He checks in on you, but there's like multiple people he checks in on, and you don't have to worry about passing, honey. You're gonna pass, okay?
All right. What am I?
Oh.
I guess not that one.
Okay.
All right. Angelica asks, do my spirit guides have any messages for me? I need guidance.
Yeah, honey. So they have been communicating with you, but yeah, you're having a difficult time reading the signs is what I'm hearing from them, okay? I would keep a journal, and especially a dream journal is what I'm hearing. So if you're having a difficult time remembering your dreams, I want you to write down at least how you feel as you're waking up, okay? When I say keep a journal, it's not like a diary. It's totally different. You're going to write down your feelings about your day, things like that as well, okay? But they have been trying to communicate with you, and that's the biggest thing that you need to understand. It's just that you're not necessarily recognizing the signs, okay? They use numbers with you, so that will be helpful. When you see the numbers come up, just Google the number. What's the spiritual meaning of, like, if you got 1111, what's the spiritual meaning of 1111? If it's 333, what's the spiritual meaning of 333? And just know that it's communication with them, okay? Yeah.
All right. Amy asks, can you tell me what my gifts are?
Oh, another empath, but honey, you are a thinker. They're just showing me you spend a lot of time thinking. You have to get out of your head, which means you have to do something with like getting that energy out. What I'm seeing is writing your feelings down. Okay, so it's like, have you ever heard of automatic writing? So basically what you do is you just start writing to yourself, and then you start channeling information. You have a really strong connection to your higher self, and this automatic writing is going to help you a lot. You can Google it to see what it is, but basically you're just writing a letter. You start writing to yourself. So I would do like, dear Rebecca, this is what happened today. And then you kind of go into like this like nonchalant type thing, and you just start writing, and then information comes through. When you start reading what you've written, it's kind of crazy. It can be a little freaky. So automatic writing is a really strong one for you, okay? It'll help you a lot.
All right, next question?
Yeah, sure.
Travis Walker asks, are my older brother and sister with me?
Yeah, and honey, they're not, again, they're not with you all the time, but they're definitely there when you need them, okay? What I'm hearing is that they pour a lot of love on you. I know that it's been off and on difficult for you, and you've had a lot of sadness over the years. And what I'm hearing is, you know, they're there when you really need them. They support you a lot, and they pour a lot of love on you, okay? I see one of them holds you here on the shoulder, so they actually put pressure on your shoulders. Try paying attention. They let you know that they're there when they're around. Something with the TV as well. They mess with the TV. Okay? But
right.
They're there. Yeah.
Taynara.
Oh, that's a cool name.
Yeah, asks, will I study medicine next year?
Yeah, honey. Don't be so stressful about it, and don't be hard on yourself about it, because it's just going to happen naturally, okay? It's what you're meant to do. Okay? You are going to specialize too, by the way. So it's not just general practitioner. You're going to specialize in something. A little longer in school. But it'll be worth it in the end.
All right. 1 second here.
I finished my tea. This is why I brought my water.
Oh. Okay, this person, Mama 4Bear, asks, is the cold breeze I feel often Jason?
Yeah, I do. It's like there's a touch, you know, like I'm touching. It's to let you know, but it's not just Jason is what I'm hearing. So you are sensitive to spirit. So anybody who's crossed over in your family will come visit you. You'll feel the cold. You'll walk through it sometimes too. So just know that that's your way of feeling spirit more so than anything. Okay. When you feel it, the best thing to do is ask right away, who is this? And the first impression is who it is. Okay. It's not always Jason, but very often it is what I hear. Okay.
All right. Athena asks, can you explain why after my past life regression things started changing?
Yes, because when you have a disconnect with your past life, basically what ends up happening is it holds you back in your life. And so when you allow yourself to experience that, you almost assimilate that life into this present life because you now have had a glimpse of it. So there's limitations that you might have had in that past life that you no longer have, or the opposite. Limitations you never had, you may have now because you have this fear because you saw that past life. So what I would do is really, get into a really relaxed state and allow that vibrational life to be present in you now. Know that past lives we call them past lives, but they're happening congruently. So your past, your present, your future is all happening at the same time. And you have access to it at all times. It's about you assimilating that energy so that you can have a different life here. That's why we do the past lives. It's really why we do it. I am a certified hypnotherapist too, and I specialized in past lives. So that's a big part of why we do it, is so that we can be empowered with it instead of being afraid. Okay.
All right. Mm-hmm. Next question.
You bet.
Amber asks, is paramedic Ryan my twin flame?
Not a twin flame, honey. I don't like that concept, but I will say vibrational match for sure. Okay. And what I mean by I don't like that concept is we're all part of the same soul. Every single one of us is part of the same universal soul. There is no separation, and the twin flame concept and idea to me is a very isolated one. Mm-hmm. So it's not necessarily a good idea. So it's not one that I support, but I do support the idea of a vibrational match. So definitely somebody who matches your vibration for sure.
All right. Henrietta, sorry I couldn't see the name,
okay.
asks, hi, will my daughter Leanie pass her grade 12 exam and get a steady job?
Yes. Yeah, honey, don't worry about that. It's interesting because you have more fear about that than she does. So don't worry, it's going to be all good. She actually will figure things out. I know that it feels like that's slow coming, but she will figure things out, and things really improve, what I'm hearing, around the age of 24 for her. Okay.
All right. Andrea asks, when will I get a new job?
It's going to be a few months still, honey. Okay, so just stick it out as much as you can. That's what I hear. It's going to be a couple of months.
All right.
Yeah.
Katrina asks, will I move out to my own apartment?
Yeah, give yourself time though. You want to be ready for it, okay? And you have a lot to set up and prepare for first, okay? But it will happen, and I do hear it's going to happen for 2022, so it's not that far away.
We have about 10 minutes left.
Okay.
All right. Jamie asks, what is my passion career-wise that will bring me financial stability?
So you have a lot of really good ideas is what I'm hearing, but you have to pick one. That's the main thing. You are not a traditional 9-to-5er. You need to have your own freedom. So as long as you are expressing yourself, you feel very artsy, so using your artistic self. But as long as you're expressing yourself and you're working your own hours, you're going to be happy doing anything. I feel like it's something online, and it's not based on somebody else's expectations of you. Like, you're in control, okay? That happiness is coming, honey. So just don't overthink it. Pick one idea that you have in your head and go with it. All of them are pretty good ideas and could all be very successful is what I'm hearing. Okay?
All right, next question.
Yep.
Courtney asks, I've been battling infertility for 7 years. Will I ever have a child of my own?
Yeah, I don't know if you're using medical assistance with it, but I do hear that you're going to need some help that way, okay? You may even need a donor. Yeah.
All right.
But it will be successful and you will have a baby, so that's a good thing.
Okay. 1 second.
Yeah, it's okay. I know it moves fast.
Yes. Marissa asks, will my finances improve quickly?
Oh, that's such a great way of putting it. You can use that as a mantra. I hear that it's going to be next year that you are going to start seeing some big improvements, but it feels mid next year, okay? So not quite yet. It will happen. Really get focused on what it is you're trying to manifest for yourself, honey. And when you have those nagging thoughts come in, and I know reality sometimes sets in, just make sure you remind yourself to change those thoughts and focus your energy the right way, okay? And as soon as you do, it changes it immediately. So don't worry about that. But that's a really good mantra, honestly.
All right. Heather asks, anything for my Aunt Kimmy?
Oh, yeah. Be yourself, honey. And, oh, what a funny character. So it's interesting because with your aunt, again, another one that visits quite often, but you're not the only one that she visits. So she's comical. She has a very funny energy, which it just shows me that she was larger than life type personality. And really just be yourself. That's the message I get from her. Okay? Don't let anybody take your brightness away either, honey.
All right. Next question.
You bet.
Shiran, that's a very nice name,
That's very nice.
Do you see a new job for me?
Yeah, honey. So for you, it's really important that, again, if you go into a certain path, that it's in alignment with who you are, okay? So don't just take the first thing that comes. What I'm hearing is that for you, it's about 3-4 months before you find the perfect, ideal job for you, okay? So just be a little bit pickier, I guess is the best way. I know sometimes circumstances don't allow us to be that way, but I feel like you do have the opportunity to be a little bit more picky, okay?
All right. Peggy asks, why can I not feel or dream of my mom?
Oh, honey, sometimes we have them around and we don't realize it. And that's something that I'm hearing. She says, I send her birds all the time. So she does try to communicate with you, but sometimes we're just not able to feel it because we're in such a state of sadness. And it feels almost like I'm trying so hard that I'm not letting the energy flow, right? So I'm holding it, I'm trying so hard. let it go and know that she is trying to communicate with you, okay? So start paying attention to the birds is what I hear from her, okay? She has been sending you signs. It's just that you're not necessarily realizing it, okay? Yeah.
All right. This will probably be our last question.
Our last question, okay.
Do you want to go over everything while I look?
Sure. So you can book a private reading with me if you'd like to do so. It's at RebeccaDragonheart.com. It is first come, first serve. I do book up really quickly after a live. So if you are interested, book now. I'm also doing a class November 20th that I do have a couple of spaces left open for. Again, another one first come, first serve. If you're interested in that, just email me at RebeccaDragonheart44@gmail.com and let me know that you do want to sign up for the class. And the class is how to develop your psychic abilities and use them in your everyday life. And I will give you tools to actually exercise that muscle. The things that I learned and did as I was opening up. So I will help you guys with that as well. All right. Okay. Last question.
Talia, which is a very nice name, asks, is my grandmother trying to communicate with me?
Yeah, so it's interesting with your grandmother. I see her presence in your space quite often, but it's like you're not necessarily believing it, I guess, is what it is. So you feel her, you know when she's there. I feel like you see her sometimes through the corner of your eye. She spends a lot of time in the kitchen, so the kitchen is very important to her. What I want you to do is, if you have a photograph of her, put a photo up and talk to her, because that's going to help you to have stronger communication with her, is what I'm hearing, okay? She visits you often. She visits quite a lot. So there's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't be able to recognize that it's her. But she does definitely, like, you see her moving. It seems to be more comfortable for you to see her move through the corner of your eye than to see her directly or feel her directly. So communicate more with her. She'll make her presence stronger and more known. That really is the key when you're wanting people who've crossed over to communicate with you. You have to communicate as well, because it helps give them the energy to do so. Okay?